Good morning, everybody. Oh, gotta get that. I'll get it right one day. Morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Prisma Arena, the animated series. Sorry, it kind of eluded me there for a second. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating today. Um, we're day 26 of NaNoWriMo, episode 26 of Prisma Arena, the animated series. We're on episode 5 of season 4. 2 episodes left. Well, this and 2 other episodes to round out the series on Saturday. At the end of the last episode, our heroes are on their way to infiltrate the followers of despair, their base in the Mechanic marshes, with the goal of taking down and destroying the doomsday device that they were working on that would absorb all of the Prisma, and with it hope in the Land of Solace, ushering a kind of permanent era of despair. En route, our heroes were, I think, betrayed or double-crossed, I guess, by the Prisma Hunters, who were the kind of freelance bounty hunters who had also been hired by the Infinity Coalition to steal the plans for the Doomsday device. Our heroes discover that, and as a result, they were kind of attacked and captured by the Prisma Hunters. They crash landed whilst trying to escape, whilst flying through the sonic clouds. And after crash landing and trying to kind of escape, they were then in turn kind of like picked up or scooped up by a swarm of Buglar, who are kind of like about the size of a large van, and used as a mode of transport. They're often captured and used as a mode of transport in Solace. These were wild, and they are bringing them back to the marshes, which is their home, and basically planning to use like their ship and everything as like nesting material, because it's mating season apparently. And Jasan was able to kind of he'd never done this before, but he was able to, by focusing his prisma, he was actually able to communicate with the Buglar, which he has cared for because of his earlier role back home in Greenlight. So I was kind of debating whether to open the episode with, the board set up with our heroes being captured, but I thought I would leave it and see. I'll kind of see what comes out and how we make that work. So I am just going to turn off that banner on the bottom. So turn that off, and I will just make sure I have comments on so I see them coming in. So we're going to reveal the first tile, which is a dangerous dilemma, and see what happens. Yeah, how the episode opens. Okay, so there's someone threatening or blackmailing each other. Okay, I have no idea how this episode is going to go. I keep tying myself into these corners and then trying to figure out how on earth I'm going to get back out of them. So, excuse me, as always, we start by rolling the story cubes. I just got to adjust that camera a little bit so I can see the dice a bit better. Yeah. And then roll the story cubes and set up the scene and kind of work out how it opens. But our heroes are definitely, I think they were captured. Oh, they are captured. I think. Let's try this and see how it works. So I'm gonna say at the site of the crash. Okay, so kind of crash helmet. So at the site of where the crash happened, the Prisma Hunters. So I'm gonna kind of use this to signal them as kind of like the pirates. They are they're arguing with someone. I think they're on their kind of comms device, and there's a holographic projection, and they are accusing someone of, well, they. I think I'm going to just kind of jump straight in because I kind of have it, I think, from this set. I think. I'm going to see who they're arguing with. Oh, and the images here. I hope it comes back up when I roll it. So who are they arguing with? That's the Prisma Hunters. Yeah. Oh. So this is the one I wanted. I think they are arguing with the on the call, and they're having an argument with the Infinity kind of members of the Infinity Coalition, and it's maybe the captain, the chief there. I'm gonna actually just drop that there for a moment as a visual reference. So they are, and that person's name is that was Dr. Mdiki. So they are on their kind of holographic comms talking to Dr. Mdiki. And I'm going to see, what are they arguing? I think they're being told. I'm going to bring the dice up big on this. So I think Dr. Mdiki is telling them to there's been a change of plan, that they need to destroy basically us because there's a contingent from the monks of Tanal and the guards from the shrine are on their way to because we said we had kind of agreed to liaise at the marshes, but the Infinity Coalition, Dr. Mdiki, has gotten word that some of the monks are aware of the betrayal, and they're on their way to intercept the Prisma Hunters. And they're saying, no, we are going to complete our mission. And they insist on doing that. So the episode opens with that, where they are arguing, and I think I'm going to bend it a little bit, I think. So I'm going to, because we're still trapped. I think we are going to, so they're arguing with each other. There's a hint that the monks are on their way, that they might be able to help us. So I'm going to do this kind of I wonder if I can do that, actually. I've never done this before. Let me try it. I'm going to try for... Let's see if this works. I'm going to try for a flashback to see if before this we were able to escape the Bugler at some point, I guess, when they were kind of resting, where they've landed, and we managed to break away. So actually, I'm just going to say we tried to manage to break away, and then I'm going to actually use the story keeps to try and figure out how we do it. So I think while they're resting, as our flashback, before all this, our heroes tried to escape whilst they're resting. Oh, I didn't shuffle these actually. I just had to shuffle these before we begin. I'm going to go for top-down view. And when I say escape, it also means kind of escaping with the Prisma children. So we can't leave them behind. Okay, so we did, but I think well, the problem is I think our equipment is, like, our ship is ruined and a lot of our gear, so we're kind of a little bit stranded. So I think that's going to be my first action. As my second flashback, I'm going to try. I think we're going to try and contact the monks to tie the whole thing together. And see. Also, we did escape, so I want to figure out actually how we did. So I can roll the story cubes. So I think we let's see. I think so. This kind of speaks to me in terms of, again, the sonic clouds, but I also like this. I think so. I'm going to say the Bugler were actually getting close to, as we got closer to the Mechanic Marshes, and, like, I'll say we were crossing over into the Mechanic Marshes. I think they were actually attacked by some bringers. And actually, I think some novice, so L for learner, so kind of some novice trainee bringers, again, equivalent like our heroes in this world. And in that kind of confusion, they were just like doing training, and they kind of, I suppose, take out their kind of essentially channel the despair to the Bugler. They don't see any problem with that. And they're kind of like laughing and firing at them, and it causes the Bugler to kind of react, and they flee, and we're kind of dropped, and we managed to kind of run for cover and escape them. So I think inadvertently the bringers have actually aided us. Okay, so I think we said, as part of that backstory, then we're going to contact, well, we're going to call for backup. I think generally we're going to send out a call, say we're stranded. We're going to try and contact the monks. We're going to try and contact back in Beacon. And I think even the Rangers, I think this is like important enough. We're going to call in all the favors that we can. So we send out a distress call. So that my? That's going to be my second one. Yeah. Okay. So we send out the distress call, but we realize it's been intercepted. Okay, so that sets us up for. And so what I'm going to say is it doesn't get back to Beacon, but it does get to the monks and the rangers. So does it? No, I think it gets back to all of them, but it gets intercepted, and now we're having this conversation where the Infinity Coalition are talking to the Prisma Hunters and telling them they need to stop us first before we get any further. Okay, so I think we are. I don't know if we're going to do anything about that argument. Well, I think what are the Prisma Hunters? So that was starting. I think what are the Prisma Hunters doing now? So I'm assuming they've kind of caught up with us. So I think we actually see them fly past us, heading towards this base, and I'm gonna call it. So I think they're gonna have their own kind of towns, places. So I will call it certainly the locations page. So it's in the Mechanic Marshes, and I think it's going to be called Zra. Let's see. I think they're the names. The places are kind of called different things. I think the place is going to be called. So I think Paloto. And that is a city of despair. So no, they haven't. Sorry, I'm getting this wrong. They're actually heading towards. It's not really this. Let's say Pluto is a city, but they're not actually headed there because they are heading towards the location of the Doomsday device, which we did say we would give a name. So I'm going to try and use some story cubes to just generate a name for this. So it's not just called a Doomsday device. So I think that's not really helping me. So I think because it's an absorber, I don't know if it's like okay. Do you know what I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it a Prisma Negator. Something like that. Prisma. It's a Prisma Negator, which is their Doomsday device. Okay, so I think we head towards the facility, which is near Piloto, and it's like where all the workers live, and they're headed for the Prisma Negator. So the kind of the military base where that is, well, the base where that's being kept and being developed. Okay, so I think they're being attacked. I wonder if to help us together, we've sent out a call. I think we are going to try and actually I think the group is going to have to split up. I think some people are going to have to get the kids to safety, and others are going to head to the facility. It's always terrible to split the group up, but I think let me see if what am I going to do? They need to get there. So I think they're going to try and capture. I know they managed to escape the. Do you know what? I think they're going to actually try and steal the young recruits, the followers of despair, their transport that they had. So I think they're going to try and kind of get everyone onto that. And I think Jasan and Vika are going to try and do it. They're going to work together. Oh, I've got mixed into the wrong there. So there are working cards. Okay. So they don't manage to find the vehicles, but I think I don't think there are vehicles there, but they are able to get something else instead. This to me is kind of like the face of the bugler. So I think they're actually managed to, with Jasan's help, he, because again, he's kind of worked with bugler before. I think he's able to kind of call over a number of the buglar and get everybody onto them. So we did say it was a swarm. So I think he's managed to kind of round up like 4 of them, and they've all climbed on top, including the children. And I think the children split off. Right, we don't want them in any more trouble. So I think they're kind of taken away and brought to. I'm going to say that Greenlight is the nearest town in Hendon Forest, and so they're taken there. No, I think they're going to be taken back to the monks actually, to the shrine. So they're taken there. Okay, so we're going to. So what I'm going to say is we're going to try and catch up. We're going to try and race after the. We're going to try and catch up with the Prisma hunters on the ship. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be traveling faster than us. But I think we're going to try and catch up with them. Before I do that, though, I say on the way, what do we actually see as we approach the Prisma Negator? Okay, I think it's well, I think actually the first thing we sense is this kind of weird magnetic pull of almost like something reverberating through our body, and it's already kind of interacting with this kind of low hum is pulling on our Prisma already, even before it's been activated. I think this thing is like the size of a small kind of mountain. There's a large, I think it's like kind of got a large tower associated with it. And there are, I think, there is a lookout tower actually on it that I think that's probably where we should go to take them out first before we get in. So like I said, so the Prisma Hunters aren't really following the Coalition's orders, which is to take us out. They're like, no, you paid us to get the plans. That's what we're going to do. And so they've kind of raced on to do that before we get there and kind of make a mess of things for them. So, I wonder if we could use this as a distraction. Just don't want those plans. I know. I think we need to stop them. I think we need to try and catch up with the Prisma Hunters. So we're going to try and kind of track them down and follow them to where we maybe see their shuttle headed. And I guess they're kind of getting in under cover. So maybe they've landed a little bit away. Okay, so I think, they've landed kind of nearby in the marsh under cover. And we're able to kind of catch up to where they are, which is a kind of good lead into. Okay, so even though we've managed to kind of sneak up on the Prisma Hunters, we discover the Coalition have a terrible secret. Terrible secret that they don't want to reveal. So they it's kind of different thoughts going through my head, and I'm trying to figure out how to piece them together into this. So they have a dark secret that so I should actually be rolling this one as well. Let me see. How does that tie in? Well, the dark secret that they didn't want us to know is that they okay, I'm going to try this. They actually want to eliminate Prisma from the land. That's their kind of goal. That's kind of like an agenda, though. Let me see. Their terrible secret is that so that they want to see the end of that. That they so I have this thing where there's also this thought, which is that some of their children. This feels more like like a revelation of some kind. I think one of Dr. Mdiki's children is among the Prisma children. So he was actually kind of experimenting on his own kids. That seems like an evil, and like I think that's like a dark secret to be revealed. So I think, well, how do we discover that? I'm assuming well, I think when how do you discover that? I have some ideas. So I'm going to say that egg as in the child. I think we get a call from Eleanor and says, "You're not going to believe this." She says, "I've been talking to young." I'm going to give her a name. Young, I think Karia. Daughter of Dr. Mdiki. And Prisma Child. She just told me that her father is Dr. Mdiki. And I think I'm asking, what does this mean? How does this affect things? Okay, I think what does that mean for us? So I think she says, "I'm telling you this because we are being let me see. I kind of feel like we're being chased by some Bazine who've been hired by Dr. Mdiki to kind of also capture the prisoner children. No, because she's friends with the character's name is Urza, who's become their friend. Urza has just contacted me to tell me that there are busy on their way with the specific goal of kind of reclaiming the children, and that one of them is one of his children. So I think we tell them to get to the temple as quick as you can. Okay. And I think So that's kind of the distraction. We thought we were going to have to deal with the Prisma Hunters and oh my god, this Prisma Negator. That's right in front of us. I've just said that the children are at risk as well. I think we're going to have to tell Eleanor to kind of get to safety, and we will see if we can, infiltrate the generator. Hopefully, so being attacked, and so that's if I want to flash that out there. Zero on their way. And I think they're just trying to hold them off until they can get to, I guess, the safety of the shrine. Okay, so I'm just going to go to the next scene where someone is pursuing. Okay. So I think we are going to go to the I think we head towards the generator. And I think the Prisma Hunters have been joined by others who are pursuing us. I do want to ask one question, or one thing here for Eleanor. I'm going to see that they get to safety. So Eleanor tries to get the children, and she's with, I think, some of the Guardians. They are going to try and get the children to safety by getting them to the Shrine of Tanal. Okay. They do, but I think I think she gets injured in the process of trying to escape the. Let me see. So that's Eleanor. I think she was injured by the Z as she's trying to get there. Okay, so we don't have Eleanor with us. We have so she's kind of out of the loop. So I think we're being chased. We're kind of running through the marshes as best we can. We're kind of wading through, I guess. The Guardians have their jetpacks. They're actually kind of hovering. And I think the Prisma Hunters also have kind of jetpacks. And so they're kind of like leaping and bounding across the marsh. And we're maybe being carried by Guardians as well, as we're trying to get to the entrance to the generator, to the negator doomsday device, as quickly as possible. So I think we're going to try. I don't know if we can throw them off. I think we're going to try and kind of trap them. So I think, again, Jisan's going to use his on kind of one group of guards who are coming. I think Jisan is going to use his axe to try and cut down like a rotten tree that's been growing and cause it to kind of collapse and block their path in a convenient way that's going to slow them up. I know it's not going to happen because look at all of these like positives that I've gotten so far. Okay, he does actually, and I think in doing so, it causes a I think, kind of eruption of gas within the in the marsh that like and throws back the other Prisma hunters. So I think I'm gonna say that's kind of bought us enough time that to get to the shrine, I think, or get to the generator. So I think we're going to try and kind of going to look for a way. So, what kind of entrance is there, or what opportunities are there for us to get in? Okay, I think we see I think we see a kind of ladder leading to a client, kind of like a service hatch, but it is guarded by some bringers as well. So, okay, so I think we spot like a kind of like a service duct that we can climb up and get into. So I think we're going to do a combo. I think so I think Demona is going to try, and she's kind of most athletic, I think, is going to try and get up to that, whilst the others are going to try and contain the bringers. Which would be with kind of, I guess, kind of Prisma blasts. No, do they want to blast? I think they want to do strikes. So I think they're going to try and get up close. Maybe the Mona's going to do that. No, the Guardians wouldn't let her do that. I think the Guardians are going to try and take out the bringers and kind of subdue them. That's what I was trying to think of. He's going to try and subdue them whilst the Mona opens the hatch. So the first thing is the Guardians trying to subdue. Yeah, they do. But I think they do manage to raise the alarm. Well, I think one of them cries out for help, which means there's going to be people coming if we don't move quick. So I think Demona is going to try and kind of leap up to try and get to the shaft and get it open. So she leaps up and she's struggling. She can't get a grip on it. So I think Vika is going to try and she's not. I think I don't know. I think she's actually going to summon. So this is a kind of great that they need to remove. I think she's going to summon Farg and kind of use strength to just try and yank this thing off the wall. And she doesn't usually call on Farg. It's not usually her thing. But in this point, she's kind of desperate. No, it's not good for her. So I think Farg actually sticks around. So I think Farg actually comes and refuses to kind of go because Farg is enjoying getting this outing, which it doesn't always do with Demona. So I think she's going to be hampered that she's going to be fairly acrobatic, but she is say restricted by Farg. She's not able to kind of focus the way she needs to. because of that anger. Okay, so I've taken the last action. So I think they're trying to get the gate open when I think we look back and we spot the Prisma Hunters and they are targeting so this is a location. They were actually after trying to control a location all along. So I think they are. Do they have enough? I think they're going to try and capture the. I want to say like the control room. So I'm going to say the control room where the magic happens, right? So no, actually, I think they are going to go after the chamber where all of the prisma is being absorbed. So they actually want the prisma that this machine has kind of gathered up some already, but it hasn't kind of fired off because of the testing and experimenting. So there's a chamber in this building where it's housing prisma, and they want to get their hands on that because essentially that is, it can be used to kind of fuel things. It can be used as a weapon, and they can kind of sell that back, I think, to the highest bidder. So I think they're going to go after that. So do we ask? What question will I ask? So we're trying to get into this. So how do we? I think we. I'm going to say how do we learn this, and I think we. Yeah, so I'm going to spend an idea token, I think. I think Vika says, just to let you know, the Prisma, the hunters are headed towards the Prisma drain, and everyone turns to Vika and goes like, "What? What's the Prisma drain?" And said, "Oh, look," and brings up this kind of projection of the building, and says, "Look, they're headed there. That's where all the Prisma's been kind of absorbed into." And everyone's kind of looking at Vika going like, how did you know this? And I said, I had hacked into their system and accessed the information. And everyone's like, well, you could have told us sooner. So I think they're trying to decide what to do. And they are going to see. Okay, so I think that's got to be that. I think the first thing we're going to do is try and with all of our efforts, essentially kind of yank off the collectively they're going to work together to kind of pull off the grating and get in. So they're going to use whatever means is necessary, blasting or whatever. No, but I think Jasan calls their attention to realize there's another door just around the corner that they can get in. So I think they head in the door, and as soon as they enter, they are attacked by bringers. And I think we got to fight our way through these. So I think the Guardians tell us, they say, okay, look, we'll cover this. You go and stop the hunters. So I think they are going to, first of all, tackle the bringers. Okay, and they succeed. They're like kind of these are minion bringers, and they are kind of just making mincemeat of them, using Prisma, blasting them. I think some of them have developed different styles, where one has like almost like a Prisma whip and kind of catches them and flings them across the room. And I think Shanna's like, "Ooh, cool! I want to learn that," and runs. And Demona is just like, would you shut up and run? Because of her like anger and farg. So they race on and towards the Prisma train, where I think the Prisma hunters are like kind of dismantling. There's kind of bodies along the way of the bringers that they've taken out along the way, and there's kind of blast marks everywhere. And I think there's an alarm going off at this point, and our heroes kind of catch up to them as they are kind of breaking into this room, and there's this kind of incredible like hum that our heroes kind of feel just emanating through them, because it's almost like it's calling to them, because it's again kind of Prisma now. It's been drained from people, so there's people out there who are like feeling despair because that Prisma and hope has been kind of drained from them. But right now the heroes are just feeling this extra kind of charge, and I think we're going to say that they are, they're even more empowered by this, and they're going to be able to do, I think, some awesome stuff hopefully in this room. But they got to be careful, because if they destroy this thing, I have no idea what's going to happen. So I think they I think in this case Demona is just going to, like, with her anger, she's going to just barrel into them, and she is kind of flying with kicks and punches, all charged up with Prisma, doing backflips, trying to take as many of these out as possible. Okay, and she is successful. She levels a bunch of them. So she takes them out. I think I wonder if there's an opportunity to so I think while she's got them distracted, I think Jasan turns to Vika and says, "Vika, is there a way? Can you access a way for us to kind of like shut this down and take this out?" And I think so. Vika's going to kind of search his kind of records to see and the system, see if there's anything that can help. Yes, but we don't have long. No, I think he says, yes, but the consequences could be disastrous to me. And Jisan says, what do you mean? So that's that token, I think. No, I think I've got 2 left. Jisan says, what do you mean? And before Jisan or Demona can stop him, Vika actually, I think, steps. I think Vika is going to like step into this kind of field of Prisma, so it's not actually kind of like contained in a bottle. It's kind of like humming and alive, and it's just a big energy sphere. And he steps into it, and the others kind of like scream out, and we look and we see him starting to glow, and it's as if he is trying to absorb this Prisma into himself. And he says, it's not the first time a device like this has been created to try and stave off the next era, and it always requires someone to absorb the power, to contain it, to act as a container. That's it. There's always someone or something that's needed to act as a container, and we are Arcanobots were created to, in times of need, to act as containers. So Vika starts trying to absorb the power. No, I think so I think so as he's absorbing it, so he is taking it in, but not kind of fully, and he is starting to kind of thrash and kind of writhe a little bit. And I'm going to use this as, I really hope this works. I think Jisan and Demona kind of look at Jisan and go, like, you idiot, if you're going to do this, like, you're like, what makes you think you need to do this alone? And they reach forward to grasp him, and I think they summon their Mokon of Joy, actually. So maybe it's Sunna. So they summon Sunna, who has the ability to make them kind of more resilient, even in the kind of darkest times. So I think they reach out and their Sunna appear. So that they basically clasp his hands, and they're all kind of working together to absorb this. Fingers crossed. Let's see we get through this. So the episode ends, I think, and they are like just thrashing, and I am going to leave it at that point. I think the 3 of them are on their knees. Their Sunna are there, and they're kind of again, they're trying to absorb some of their energy, and they're kind of like almost like not popping it, they're kind of flickering in and out. It's as if it's all too much for them. Yeah. Another cliffhanger. So the question is, are our heroes going to do more harm than good by trying to absorb this Prisma? Will there be any assistance? Because we do know the monks are on their way. Maybe they can be helpful, and maybe the Guardians can get there on time. But yeah, this is like that tough moment. I think a lot of interesting things are going to happen in the next episode. So that is it, I think, in terms of. So we've got to capture threads. I don't know if it's. So children are no longer held on the Prisma ship by the Prisma hunters. Followers of the Spare are building a doomsday device. Yes, we know that. The Mona's parents are still in danger, and they're after Vika. Yes, and then we have Dr. Ndiki has been just. It's more of a reminder, been testing, kind of experimenting on his daughter, who is Korea. To study Prisma. I think the thread is basically kind of shut down. I should get better. I'd like to get better at this. Shut down the Prisma negator. Essentially, is the kind of objective that they're working to. So maybe instead of threads, I'd say objectives. But they have an objective to basically like find the Mona's parents, shut down the Prisma generator. Yeah, I think that's kind of pretty tense. And we will wrap it up there. We'll come back tomorrow and see whether our heroes succeed in whether they can absorb all of that Prisma, or whether it overtakes them, and if it does, what impact does it have on the world of Solus? Yeah, join us tomorrow, and we'll continue the adventures of Prisma Arena, the animated series. Thanks a million, everyone, and yeah, see you. We go back to this. See you all tomorrow. I will point out you can catch kind of previous episodes on YouTube. If you go to youtube.com, we are Hub Games. You'll also find us on Twitch and Facebook. If you did like this, do hit kind of like and subscribe. And yeah, tell your friends, go back, watch the episodes. And as always, the games are available to buy on the We Are Hub Games website as well, or any good retailer. You can pick up Untold and Prisma Arena, which is now available to buy. Yeah, so that's it. See you all tomorrow for another adventure. Take care. Bye. Oh.